2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
The action tonight will be happening out in Dallas, where the Mavericks will be going up against the Denver Nuggets. For the Nuggets, more than solid play for them of late. 7 wins in their last 10 outings, making their mark and playing well. And Nuggets coach Mike Malone re-upped with Denver last season. We should be seeing him behind the bench the next few years. Done a great job.
Well, yes. To me, that's a no-brainer. You know, he got the Nuggets, one of the up-and-coming teams in the West.
Yeah, Malone's done a great job of cultivating their young talent. The team's heading in the right direction right now, so I can't wait to see the rest of their development.
And thanks for joining us, folks. Can't thank you enough. Let's go courtside with Kevin Harlan.
Kevin!
Their fans are ready, and if this shot from earlier is any indication, the Mavericks certainly look ready too. And the game arrival, sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. The Margaret Hunt Hill Bridge and the state flag of Texas looking majestic tonight. We're coming to you live from Dallas, Texas. Hello and thanks for joining us on Noche La NBA, the NBA's celebration of Latin heritage, both among its players and fans. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry. David Aldridge will be Hey, Dave.
Nuggets coach Mike Malone is the...
That's some pretty sound advice. Thanks, D.A. And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for Adams.
And guys, he's regressed a little bit offensively. He hasn't been the same this month as he was earlier in the season. He's lacking the edge that he had, and he needs to change his mindset. Stop sitting back and get into attack mode.
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. The backcourt is Murray and Harris. And it's Porter in at the 3. And for Dallas, Doncic and Porzingis, the incredible forward pair. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Jalen Brunson. And it's Marjanovic in at the 5 down low.
Well, Coach Mike Malone has grown up with this young Nuggets team. He says that he believes in the youth of this team.
Well, the future is so bright for the Denver Nuggets, and really where you have to give Mike Malone a ton of credit is when they made the decision between their 2 bigs, Jokic and Nurkic, sticking with Jokic and then changing their entire offensive style to play from a point center position. It has paid huge dividends.
And the 3 ball is good.
Just continuing to develop an overall game that was evident coming into the league. Gary Harris getting better at spotting the open man.
Brandon, looking ahead to the playoffs, when you made your first postseason appearance, were you surprised by the intensity you found once you got there?
Kevin, it was my second season. I was playing for the Clippers, so getting into the playoffs was quite miraculous on the tone accord for the organization. But the level of detail in the playoffs and intensity in the playoffs, they know everything that you're going to do. And we were playing against the Utah Jazz, which at that time...
Some pretty good players.
Yes, Karl Malone, John Stockton, Jeff Hornacek, the great Jerry Sloan as a head coach. It was a wonderful experience, but you understood that the playoffs were different. Absolutely something different in terms of the intensity and what it is that that team knew about you.
And when you want Doncic, he's one of those guys who kind of just slithers around until he finds an opening, and then bam.
Count that one. Murray's got 5 points so far.
Well, looking into the gaps of the defense there, he's not going to miss many of those when he gets to that range.
And Gary Harris is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. And Hardaway gets it to go.
Now you can see the defense is so shifted over to where Kristaps Porzingis is that they lose track of the situation, and he burns them with the pass.
Deep 2 from Murray. And Denver again with the bucket. For Dallas, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
How about Kristaps taking a little something out on that rim?
Denver's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Harris with it. He's picked up by Doncic. Harris's shot is good.
Of all the action happening there, Kevin, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Doncic. Here's Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, when you see Porzingis attack the glass, you want to stand up in your seat. There's been these opportunities where we've seen him flying in for some highlight dunks.
Millsap in the corner. The baseline J. And Denver again with the bucket.
And he's not going to miss many of those, especially that wide open.
No, he's automatic from the mid-range, and the defense knows that. It's a mistake to give up a shot like that.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for Dallas. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Lee comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's DeLon Wright in for Jalen Brunson. And making our way toward the finish line, this is a great time to check out the new power rankings. You look at Denver. They're in a bit of a holding pattern, hoping to take that next leap.
And I think for the Mavericks, they just crushed expectations all season long. Only a few people thought they could sustain this level of excellence, but here they are.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Morris against Wright, and it's out of bounds. The Nuggets able to retain possession here. Taking high percentage shots has been this group's specialty. On your screen now are this month's field goal percentage leaders. Number 1, Luka Doncic. Second, Porzingis.
Both of these guys have been shooting with tremendous efficiency as the month has gone on. I don't know who's going to outdo who.
And DeLon Wright gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And the Mavericks with some changes. Mike Powell comes in for Porzingis. And Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Luka Doncic. Count that one.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Well, that's a guy out there in Steven Adams that you just have to pay attention to. Every night he's going to bang around the opposing big guys and be a threat around the rim to score and pick up offensive rebounds.
Morris outside. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. And with Adams on the offensive glass, he is impossible to move.
Well, that's a big reason why a couple years ago, Kevin, he grabbed more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds. So you know he's going to live in the paint.
J.J. Barea checked in for DeLon Wright. Mavericks leading by 3. Here's Barea. Herman Gomez grabs the miss.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space, just clanked it.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Here's Powell, and he uses the glass on the layup.
I just think that's trouble. You're gonna let that guy shoot layups. You're asking for it.
Beasley, the pass to Hernan Gomez. Pass to Morris. Fires for 3. The Mavericks pull it in. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
And sometimes it's a lot harder to get easy looks on the road, but they found ways to get their guys good looks.
Well, it was probably a good feeling in that last game that the mid-range worked, the long-range worked, the inside game worked. But the best feeling was the crowd leaving that building not in a good mood.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Good work there as it goes.
Resourceful move there. That was not an easy one to convert.
No, showing off a little bit on that one. That's a play when your coach goes, no. Okay, good play. Get back on defense.
A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through 1. It's Dallas. They lead by 5. Nikola Jokic, a former second-round pick, turned star in the league.
Basketball, like passion, love.
In basketball, Greg, a big deal in Jokic's native land of Serbia.
And I love his creativity. There's an artistry and a freedom in how he plays the game.
And we welcome you back to our special Noche Latina broadcast as the second quarter getting going right now. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack, as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Dallas, they've got Powell. J.J. Barea is out there with Curry. And it's Finney Smith in at the 4 slot. Dallas moving it around. Curry against Beasley. Knocks it loose. It's stolen by Curry. Here we go, one-on-one. Barea against Morris. 8 feet away. And Adams sends it back.
Well, Steven Adams is very much capable of anchoring a defense right there in a great spot to get the block.
Now, here's Grant. He's guarded closely. 6 to shoot, and that's a foul called on J.J. Barea. That is his first foul of the game. And the Mavericks making a change here. Porzingis has checked in. A different look for Denver. Jokic inside. Powell's there. The shot's good from Nikola Jokic. Brent, we hear this all the time. Good defense beats good offense. Do you think that's true?
I don't know how defense scores. So in today's game, seeing the juggernauts and seeing what we've seen, Kevin, quite frankly, as some of the best offensive teams, not only in the last 5 years, but in the history of the league, around the Houston Rockets and what the Golden State Warriors have been able to do. It's about equipping your team defensively to be able to stop that stylistically, but certainly every coach will say it comes down to defense because that is something you can control.
Luka Doncic, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith, and Doncic gets it to go.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Curry against Murray. To the middle. Here's Millsap. Porzingis with the block.
Great anticipation there. Porzingis in the right spot and throws that one away.
A different look for Dallas. Marjanovic checked in for Dwight Powell. And it's Wright in for Ryan Brokoff. Timeout is called. First of the game for the Nuggets.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
Murray for 3. Can't hit that one. Now the Mavericks take it the other way.
Yeah, and that one way back in the first quarter is the three-pointer that has been his only one of the night.
Right, the pass to Marjanovic. Doncic with it. He's picked up by Millsap. And Doncic gets it to go.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
Right against Murray. The dish to Harris. The pass to Porter. Shoots over Doncic. It's deflected.
And not exactly quick off the floor, but Luka uses great anticipation to make defensive plays.
And the dunk by Porzingis.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Murray, the pass to Jokic. To stop the run. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Jokic has got 4 this quarter.
Mid-range game as Jokic spotted himself up and drilled that one.
And while Murray is known, Brent, for his outside shooting, he's very strong with his in-between game as well.
Yeah, he's got a lot of options offensively and getting more and more in contact with Jokic on those high screen and rolls. Devastating, Kevin, when he gets to that left hand, gets around the free throw line and shoots that high floater. There are nights where he does tons of damage with that.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
And I have just been so impressed with the way Jamal Murray has added to his game. Keeps pushing himself every offseason to make the most of his abilities as a player and continues to be a consistent threat from the outside.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Maxi Kleber comes in for Marjanovic. And it's Lee in for Seth Curry. Harris outside. Pass to Millsap. And here's Jokic. And Jokic slams it in.
Jokic is a big center, tough to contain close to the basket. That's a nice throwdown.
And that one's good. Wright's got his second basket of the night.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high-percentage looks from inside.
Pass to Jokic. Good, nice job down low. Jokic has got 8 points.
Jokic and body control. Man, years ago we wouldn't have said that. I'm saying it now.
And just tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Harris passes to Jokic. Good, and Harris gets the assist. Harris has got 3 assists tonight.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Doncic, that one good for 2. Doncic has got the lead up to 12 now for the Mavs.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Murray, the pass to Millsap. Porzingis with the block, and he gets it back. And that one's good, Millsap. There's 10 seconds left in the first half. Here's Doncic, and the dunk by Doncic.
And it just seems when Doncic turns it on, it's a sight to see. Incredible at scoring in a variety of ways.
For 3, Murray, and the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so we wrap up the first half. Mavericks lead by 12. And
it's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA. Luka Doncic has been the story in this one. He had 20 points, 2 block shots, and 1 rebound. And that'll do.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
So on the floor for Denver, the backcourt is Murray and Harris. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. And it's Porter in at the 3 slot. Murray kicks to Harris. Pass to Porter. Lets it go from deep. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Doncic, and he finishes nicely on the layup. Doncic has got 4 points this quarter.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Here's Murray. That one doesn't drop.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
2 points. That one goes. 14 points for Porzingis.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. Millsap in the corner. And again, Denver no good.
Not sure they realize it's not halftime anymore. 4 attempts, and they're still looking for their first bucket.
And, you know, as he learns the game at this level, he's going to block more shots. Porter has the length and the ability to move his feet.
And that one goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Porter. And the Mavericks with some changes. Dwight Powell's checked in for Marjanovic. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Porzingis. And Ryan Broekhoff subbed in for Doncic. And a switcher also for Denver. Juan Hernan-Gomez is checked in for Porter.
Woo, Tim Hardaway Jr. up and at it that time.
Denver calls timeout. Brent, offensive versatility all the rage now. Which guards do you think do the best job of generating offense with their back to the basket?
I don't know so much as these guys are playing with their back to the basket, Kevin, so much as they're finding ways to get the ball without a dribble at about 15 feet away from the basket. So one dribble, they're at the rim.
Right.
They're very effective at the mid-range. Chris Paul and DeMar DeRozan have had tremendous efficiency from those areas on the floor. So those are the kind of players that put some pressure on your defense because they're starting their offense so close to the basket, and they're effective with which they do it. Not on the post, not on the perimeter, and they're finding ways to be impactful.
Some nice passing here by Dallas. Correa, the pass to Powell. Paul Millsap with the rebound.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
The pass to Brokaw. Here's Finney Smith. Pass to Barea. Shot clock at 6. Banked in off the glass. Barea's got his second bucket of the night.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. Another shot. Got a piece of it. Here's Brokaw. Hernan Gomez covering. A nice shot by Brokaw.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Murray outside. Left block shot on the way. Reverses. Basket counts.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Powell. Lee comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Curry subbed in for J.J. Barea. Big group substitution here for Denver. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Jokic. Jeremy Grant comes in for Hernan Gomez. Beasley's checked in for Harris. And Morris subbed in for Murray.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
The Nuggets trail by 21. Beasley, the pass to Adams. Dishes it to Morris. Back to Adams. And Adams with the slam.
The motor right now for Steven Adams is humming on the glass, getting after it.
Lee with the ball. Guarded now by Morris. No good from Lee. Denver's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Here's Beasley. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. Beasley's got his first points of the night. Lee passes to Kleber. Back to Lee. Here's Finney Smith. Over Millsap. And Finney Smith gets it to go. Finney Smith's got his first 2 points. And Morris has got the ball here for the Nuggets. 19-point game. They're off to San Antonio after this game, bringing their show to the AT&T Center. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip. Passes it to Kleber. Right through the D for the layup. And the Mavericks lead by 21. Morris against Curry. And here is Morris. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's Dallas, sitting on a 21-point lead to end the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. The Nuggets trail by 21. Doncic and Porzingis, the incredible forward pair. Wright is out there with Jalen Brunson. And it's Kleber in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. And the wide open shot from Morris. His 3-pointers off the mark. And the Mavericks with possession here. And Porzingis, here we go. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
That's tipped. Beasley outside. Pass to Porter. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Grant. No good on the shot. Nice D from Doncic.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Well, you're going to pay for a situation where you give Porzingis that kind of room and maybe that much of a lane. Good job exploiting it.
Morris with the bucket.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
Here's Doncic. And the layup's good off the glass. Doncic has got 26.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Morris outside, and a wide open look for Porter. And the three off target.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
Porzingis against Morris. To the paint, 8 feet away. And it's Adams getting it to go.
You could classify Adams' postgame as raw, but the energy and aggression he plays with almost every game.
Look at that. Wow. We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. Last year, the average salary for a starting point guard, Brent, in the NBA, was the highest among all positions. Why would that be?
Well, with the way the game has changed, Kevin, there's certainly an emphasis on being able to find guys who are initiating offense, scoring the basketball, shooting three-pointers, and you're seeing a big shift in salaries between point guards and bigs. That's where the biggest disparity is. Centers in the league are getting less and less of an opportunity to have the extended big money contracts because the game has moved to the perimeter, and if you're a big that cannot play on the perimeter, there's not a lot of teams that are willing to invest a significant amount of their cap space into the center position. They want guards and wings who can play out there and do the damage from there.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
This team did something in halftime, going from a mild-mannered half-court executing team to some heroic shooting in the second half.
For Dallas, they've gotten absolutely red hot shooting the ball here in the fourth. A perfect 6 for 6. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him. So it'll be Boban Marjanovic shooting. It goes on Jaren Grant. Lee's checked in for the Mavericks. Denver's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Murray, the pass to Muscala. Hernan Gomez in the corner. Here's Craig. Knocks down the three ball. Craig's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Down low. Hardaway finds Lee, and it's blocked. And he's able to get it back. Stolen by Grant. Tries from 10. Again, the Nuggets score. If you were commissioner, Brent, of the NBA, would you add or alter any rules right now?
Wow. First of all, I think you get to fly on a really nice plane wherever you're going. And you get to go to any game you want to.
Yes.
So sign me up for that job.
With courtside seats, by the way, too.
Add or alter any NBA rules. I think the game is in a pretty good place right now, Kevin. And there's not much that I think is out there for us to change.
It seems like All-Star Weekend and the length of the season seems to be two pretty prominent things that continually come up.
Yeah, and as far as the question, I guess my head was going to things that are on the floor.
I was thinking that too, but I couldn't think of anything that really...
On the floor, it's tough to figure out something that could be adjusted. And I know Adam Silver and David Stern before him, all of their concern mostly is about
the game,
the optics of the game.
Yes.
And right now, it's in a pretty good spot.
It's very pleasing to watch, there's no doubt.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it, just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Mavericks.
The blocking really turned things into their favor this time.
Great timing, anticipation. They got the blocks, and that definitely changed the momentum of this game.
And this team, obviously one of the elite teams. They have played with heart and passion for the game all season long, and the wins for them, just keep rolling along. And tonight, it'll make win number 63.
And once they polish off this win, they'll be one more victory away from sweeping the season series.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Luka Doncic.
Just does a great job of looking for space and then finding it. That's taking advantage of what the defense is giving you.
There's the pass to Muscala. And it's Grant in the corner. It's off.
Courtney Lee stays committed on the defensive end of the floor, a good positional defender, and the foot speed helped him to contest that one.
So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly.